you are looking to bake cake but you don't have an oven, please watch this video to the end because I'm going to be showing you how to bake without an oven. Hello everyone, Ifunke Halade here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to bake cake without an oven. For this recipe, you'll be needing flour, butter, sugar, baking powder, egg, vanilla flavor, and a pinch of salt. Don't worry, I'll be listing the ingredients and their measurements in the description box below. Feel free to check. First, we're going to get a large bowl, and into the large bowl you're going to add your butter inside, and you're going to add your sugar in the butter and mix this together. You can use a wooden stick or a spatula to do this, or just a turning stick like this one that I'm using here. However, for a faster result, I would advise that you use your hand just to mix the sugar and the butter together. When you're sure that the butter and the sugar is well mixed, like they are well incorporated, you can then go back to using your spatula or your turning stick. And so, using your turning stick or your spatula, you're going to mix this thoroughly together for about 10 minutes until it becomes whitish, pale in color. As you mix, you're going to start seeing the change in color. You're going to mix this for about 10 minutes. Remember, we're not using a mixer here, so we're going to mix this for about 10 minutes. Please always ensure that you do this while mixing your butter and your sugar together. This is to ensure that none is left out while mixing. Please, you should always do this. Continue mixing it until you get your desired result. You're going to see the mixture changing as you mix. You can see that it has already started changing. By the way, guys, let's talk about this myth about cake. They said if you turn your cake anti-clockwise and you change it to clockwise later, it's going to alter the cake, or that if you start with clockwise and then you change to anti-clockwise, it's going to alter it. No, it's definitely a myth, and it won't change anything. Actually, it doesn't change anything. Anyway, our cake has changed color to pale. Now you can see the mixture is now whitish, like pale in color, and that's what we need. So you're going to then add your vanilla extract into it, and then your egg. Please add your eggs one after the other, one at a time. Do not add all the eggs at the same time. You're going to mix the egg until it is well emulsified in the butter and the sugar mixture before adding the next one. Please take note of this. Add your egg one after the other and mix the egg thoroughly until it is well emulsified before adding the next egg. So look at this very well. This is what I mean by it being emulsified. You can see it has changed. So I'm going to do this to the next egg, mix it together before adding the third and the last egg. Please ensure to always do this. It's a game changer. Do not add your eggs in your butter and sugar mixture all at once. Into another bowl, you're going to add all your dry ingredients together. That's the flour, the baking powder, and the salt, and you're going to mix this together until it is well combined, and you're going to set that aside. I love prepping my baking pan before mixing my dry and wet ingredients together, so I'm just going to prep my baking pan. If you don't have a non-stick baking pan or you don't have parchment paper, this one is for you. I just use butter to rub my pan, and I make sure it is well coated with the butter. Then I sprinkle a bit of flour into it, and also ensure that the flour gets to the areas that the butter is. And then I'm just going to set this aside and continue mixing my cake. So while mixing your cake, I'm starting with the dry ingredients. Please take note of this as well. Start with your dry ingredients, but do not pour it all at once, just like what we did with the egg earlier. You're going to add the dry ingredients bit by bit, because we're still going to be adding milk to this, which is the wet ingredient, but you're going to start with the dry ingredients, which is the flour and the baking powder and salt mixture. So you're going to pour it and mix it. Please do not overmix, just gently mix the batter. You don't want to end up with a dense cake, so you're going to gently mix it, and when you're sure that the batter is well mixed, then you're going to pour the wet ingredients, which is the milk. Do not add the milk all at once as well, add bit by bit. Please, this is very important. Like I said, start with the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients, and the last thing you should also add is the dry ingredients. Start with the dry ingredients and end this with the dry ingredients. You can see there's a difference between pouring in the dry ingredients and pouring in the wet ingredients. This is the reason why you are advised to pour your dry ingredients last. Please take note of this. This is the last of the flour mixture that I poured in. I'm just going to mix all of this together, and by the way, do not over mix your batter, please. I can't emphasize on that enough. Once you see that your batter is well mixed, that the wet ingredients have entered the dry ingredients well, please stop mixing. You don't want to end up with a dense cake. Don't over mix. Once you are sure that it is well mixed, stop mixing immediately. You're then going to transfer the batter into the already prepared baking pan. If you have a parchment paper, you can use the parchment paper to line your baking pan, and if you have a non-stick baking pan, that is also okay as well. So I'm just going to level this with my spatula. And guys, there's this thing that is always very important that I tell people to do. You're going to lift the baking pan up and dash it against the surface. Do this like 3 times. This is to ensure that all the air that you have incorporated into the batter while mixing it is going to all go away. So get your pot. Please use an old pot. If you want to use a new pot, you can use new pot as well, but I would advise that you use an old pot. I'm just going to pour my salt into the pot. I use a small sachet of salt, as you can see here. By the way, guys, let me also remind you that you can use sand for this. You don't have to use salt. If you would like to use sand, you can use sand. Place your baking pan and the batter inside the pot. Allow it to just sit there. Then you're going to cover it. I think I baked mine for up to 40 minutes or an hour. You would know your cake is well baked. It is ready when you insert a skewer or a toothpick or a chopstick in it, and it comes out very clean. I mean that there will be nothing sticking to the toothpick at all. That's when you know that your cake is ready. Our cake is ready now. It's a little bit burnt, but the taste is so amazing, guys. Don't mind the burntness or whatever English I'm going to use. We have now gotten to the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly do so, and please turn on notifications. I post new videos every week. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.